Hey, it's Dr. Bruce bringing your 11th issue of my tips, the Bruce's Tips. So today we're going to talk about new patients, and I'm going to use a new term. This happened to me one day. It says here at the top, know what you're fishing for. What are you talking about, Bruce? Well, here's what happened. I used to work on a fishing boat, and every night people, and this is a summertime job for me when I was in high school, and I was a deckhand. But I noticed every day people would go on the newspaper at night, the sporting page, and they would look up the different boats, the sport fishing boats, and they would report how many fish they caught the day before. And people would pick the boats to go out fishing on based on how many fish they caught. And so, different boats that are really good, and they want the one catching all the fish. And so they go out there and fish. And the truth was, they caught a lot of fish, but it was mostly a stinking mackerel or some other fish that you can't even eat or don't want to eat. And it didn't really matter. They were just fishing for fish. And they came back bragging how many numbers they had. Well, you know what? In a way, we do that as chiropractors. We go out there and look for new patients. We go out and we want to do as many new patients as possible. But when we go fishing, I'm looking for high quality tuna. I can go catch me a tuna, yellowtail, albacore, those types of fish, or yellowfin tuna even, and I can bring that back and I can eat it. It's been a good day. But if I go out and spend my day getting a bunch of mackerel or bonita, which is not a very tasty fish, I can't even eat these fish. Just like going out and looking for new patients. The tendency seems to be get as many new patients as possible. In fact, we used to do screenings, and the whole thing was, how many you screen? How many you screen? How many you screen? And we'd talk these big numbers, but the next question should have been, how many quality tuna was in that catch? Did you get a bunch of stinking mackerel that day, or did you get some high quality tuna? And think of a patient that's a high quality patient. That's what I'm referring to in the high quality tuna. And think about the people that take all your time, that never convert anyway. That's your mackerel. And so I decided that I no longer wanted to fish for numbers. I wanted to fish for quality. And I introduced this idea called because target market was always the thing we needed to look at, but I called it my target. And my target, which is a combination target market, obviously, is a defined identity of who I serve. A business cannot operate well if they have not identified who their customer is. So fish for what you want to catch. Like bass fishermen, and they make millions, and they fish for bass. And define your practice. So who do you want to serve? Are there people out there that you tend to want to go for? And not symptoms, maybe it's even symptoms, but the type of people that you want to serve, very important. Define the needs and values of those people. Once you understand the person you're looking for, what are their needs and values? Where do they read? What do they read? Where do they shop? What's most important to them? And then once you understand that, how do you reach them? How do you communicate? What do they need and want, especially in healthcare? And that's the idea that we start with. So we start off with our target, and I would like you to take and write a paragraph about the patient, your ideal patient. I wrote a story once about a husband and wife living in Corona, California, and I talked about how they lived in a $1 million house, and they commuted an hour and a half every day to work, and the woman stayed home and took care of the children, ran them to soccer, and I just saw that entire lifestyle of the people at the time in that area, and that's who I wanted to serve. Some people wanted to serve the other part of town that gets in lots of auto accidents, and hopefully they come in with insurance. But again, I don't look for short-term patients any longer. I did it one time, I would admit. I looked for that quick case, like a PI case, but they come and go. In fact, years ago, I ran into an old school, I don't want to say chum, but a guy I went to school with, a chiropractic school. And he was practicing in an area of San Diego, and he was doing all PI. And his average case was 15 visits, and they're gone. And I told him that we were getting people to convert to care, and he told me they would never convert. And I said, well, in my office, work comp, PI, I don't care what they are, they convert over because we go through a process of education, and they do. And he wanted to bet me we couldn't get anybody to convert, and I showed him, and he was surprised because I didn't take everybody. I didn't just look for macro. I looked for high quality people, high quality that valued their health care. That health care was important to them, and they were willing to understand what it was. So, what's the public perception of health? We have, number one, what the public wants and what the public understands. The general public understands that being out of pain is healthy. And what they want then would be a quick way to get out of pain. That would feed their needs. So the M2M stands for so the message to market then to change that is to start addressing benefits. When you start talking about your message to your market, instead of advertising, we get you out of pain quickly, or we're quick at getting out of pain, or we get you out of pain at no cost, just bring your insurance card, you tend to attract people that don't really have a high value in health. When you start promoting benefits, and if you look at some of the advertising, most of the advertising now is going into lawn copy with pictures of people's feet that are black and now they're pink, show them pink before and after. They're showing people I have one picture of a guy actually standing next to his wheelchair and getting ready to kick it. Doesn't need it anymore. So we promote benefits. We talk about, what's the condition somebody had, and through our care, how they benefited. Not just quick pain relief, but overall benefits. And you know what? Getting somebody out of back pain, big deal. Take an aspirin. Restoring somebody's ability to function normally, now that's priceless. And these are the areas we need to start going when we're trying to get there, because the perception of the public on health is absence of symptoms is health. And that's not the truth. So our benefits then go to be the chiropractic message, which is in doing that, we need to show what people are getting, the benefits, social proof for the wants. I want to feel healthier. So we show them some pictures and talk about testimonials of people that had these conditions and now they don't. And then also, this brings them now to a new public understanding. When you begin conversing chiropractic as the alternative to health, not the alternative to health care, not alternative health care. Does that make sense? Some people say, well, I do alternative medicine. We are the alternate to medicine. We do not look at taking pills, potions, or lotions to give you temporary relief. We're looking at restoring your function in your body so you can then have the benefits of a healthy body restored to you and get back into action. Get back where you actually are healthy again. And not in and out of seeing the doctor, but actually getting better and better and better. Going from basically the person that's in pain constantly and taking drugs constantly to one that totally kicks that habit and starts living life again through a chiropractic lifestyle. So my goal is to move people from where they think, which is sick care based on the education we've always had, moving them into now a new paradigm of thinking and looking at being healthy as a natural occurrence, not something that you're lucky for. So get your target. Write out the ideal patient that you want to see. Children, mothers, fathers, families, and see chiropractic as becoming their health coach, and see the patients coming in and being, your trusted, loyal clientele that will come to you forever and ever, not based on a good deal because you're the cheapest, not based on because you're in a certain insurance plan, but because you offer a service that they want and need.